So Kris Tyson of the Mr. Beast crew is in the middle of a massive scandal right now as she faces allegations that she inappropriately messaged a minor. And while all of this is just now blowing up online, this actually began last month when a little-known YouTube channel called Prism42 posted the allegations. Right, and in it, he accuses her of starting an online friendship with a 13-year-old boy while she was 20, then showing screenshots of several tweets that he claims are between Ava and the minor. In one from 2018, Ava's promoting her Patreon, with her allegedly saying, "Guys, we are so close to our goal, one more Patreon and I'm releasing my nudes." With the two appearing to exchange kissy face and winky face emojis in a thread, and Ava eventually telling the minor directly, "I posted some fire nudes for you, please no share." And there, Prism saying, even if this was just a series of raunchy jokes and no actual nudes were exchanged, in what worlds is it appropriate for an adult to joke with a kid like this? Prism then showing other screenshots, some in which Ava appears to call the kid dad, as well as another suggesting Ava was sending him Snapchat DMs with adult jokes. And Prism going on to say when the kid was 16, he met up with Ava as well as Carl Jacobs after taking a camper to the middle of the woods in a quote-unquote secluded area. With Prism then saying he interviewed this guy, who's now in his 20s, and saying he asked if Ava or anyone else on the Beast team ever assaulted him. However, there he notes that the guy fully denied that. It also seemed like they weren't on the same page, with at one point Prism saying to him directly,
"That is highly inappropriate. That should have never happened. I'm sorry if your feelings were hurt in any way, shape, or form. I want you to know that I don't have any ill intention here against you. And at the end of the day, the only reason I did any of this and was trying to get this information out is because of genuine concern."
He also addressed Mr. Beast and said,
"I think the work that I see you do is fine work. It's great. It's good charity. I don't have anything against you other than like the fact that, you know, you seem to be okay with having someone that says they're the opposite gender near kids."
However, this video largely went unnoticed until this week when a creator by the name of Brion posted another video recapping Prism42's claim. Right in it, Brion stresses that he can't confirm Prism's claims 100%, saying,
"It's all allegations. Take the things that you see here with a grain of salt. We don't know if 100% Kris is a pedophile or predator or whatever. We just know that Kris has done some really weird things in his past over on Twitter."
And with that, you had Brion honing in on a tweet where the kid asked Ava about her hentai addiction.
Like, it's really odd that a 14-year-old knows that a 21-year-old has a hentai addiction, and these two happen to be friends. Like, why the hell would you tell somebody who is this age, or frankly a minor, weird sexual shit in the things that you're into sexually?
And then sort of separate but also connected to this whole story in recent days, we've seen a lot of people screenshotting what they say are old tweets from Ava where she expresses an interest in lolly, which is this anime style of either drawing young-looking or underage girls, usually in a suggestive or outright explicit way. There you also had the likes of Keemstar writing, "Kris Tyson supported the cartoon CP artist Shadman that drew my daughter at age 8 in a sexual manner," saying this is a known fact, and adding, "Privately, me and Kris Tyson even had a conversation about this roughly a month ago, as it still upsets me. This is not misinformation, this is a fact." And adding, "As the owner of Drama Alert, I can tell you there has been misinformation surrounding Kris Tyson today on Twitter. However, this above is 100% true, just like this old tweet from Kris shown here. It's 100% true and authentic." But then jumping back to Brion's video, he asked Ava to respond to all of this, saying,
"Kris has to say something. Kris can't be quiet like Kris has been for the longest time. This needs to be something that Kris is going to address head on, like right now."
But that said, so far, as of recording, Ava hasn't outright responded to these allegations, though reportedly last month she did delete all of her tweets from her account. We also haven't seen any comment from Mr. Beast regarding the situation either, though close to that you did have Keemstar tweeting, "Mr. Beast connected me directly to Lava, the alleged Kris Tyson groomed victim. Lava said I was not groomed by Kris Tyson," also saying I did not meet Kris Tyson by myself, I met Kris and the Mr. Beast crew with my family present, and saying I ran a Discord with Kris Tyson when I was 13 and edgy inappropriate jokes were said, that's it. And also if you go to that person's Twitter, they wrote, "Kris did nothing wrong. What's actually disgusting is you guys twisting things and making me a victim. As well as, can you guys help me counter all these lies? Kris's messages to me were sent in public Discord servers, groups, but everyone is framing it as if it was one-on-one. Kris literally did nothing wrong." And in another tweet saying, "This situation takes away from children who are actively being exploited every day online." So there, you had a lot of people kind of either not buying that or countering that by saying something along the lines of what Moist Critical said during a live stream.
And then one of the, the main person being talked about came forward saying they weren't groomed and that it wasn't weird. But the whole thing is, if you were groomed, you're probably not going to be super aware of it. And from the messages I saw, that shit is completely unacceptable to be saying to a child under any circumstances. And then I saw people saying it was a group chat, but an adult being in a group chat with children and then still saying edgy or inappropriate shit is still unacceptable. Like that, like there's no context that makes it better.
Right, and so online with this, we see just so many different reactions. Right, some just outright condemning Ava. You also had a former member of the Mr. Beast crew saying Jimmy knew. Though again, others saying when you were a minor, you wouldn't be aware of what was happening. You also had others going after Prism and Brion for misgendering Ava throughout the videos, which then, connected to that, you had many people saying they're scared shitless that these allegations against Ava are just gonna turn into cannon fodder to scapegoat the entire trans community. Saying things like, let's be clear, the Ava Kris Tyson allegations are not a trans issue. It is in fact a content creator issue. So many people, when given a small amount of power, abuse it, and this itself should be studied. With some arguing we're already seeing the first ripples of that, with, for example, Andrew Tate responding to the situation by saying,
so now everyone's pretending to be surprised that this fucking tried to fuck a kid. Well, of course. It's all do. They're fucking sexual deviants. They're weirdos. There's no reason to chop your own fucking dick off unless you're a weirdo. Newsflash! You're weird.
We've also seen a number of people drawing comparisons between this situation and the one with Dr. Disrespect, with many online saying that those who are quick to comment on the Dr. Disrespect situation have stayed silent on this one, with seemingly almost all the creators that were in the recent 50 YouTuber Mr. Beast video getting hit up about this. So in particular, the creators Pokimane and Valkyrae seem to get a lot of the attention, with then, actually, as of this morning, both responded. Pokimane saying, I don't know all the details regarding the Ava situation, but I want to make it clear any inappropriate behavior towards minors is unacceptable, regardless of who you are, and adding it's a shame that people will see this as an opportunity to attack the trans community as a whole. One person's actions does not reflect on every single trans person, so please don't view it that way. With Valkyrae hitting a lot of the same notes, but then also adding, Dr. Disrespect is still gross, and lastly to the incels that only tagged Pokey and I to speak up, even though everybody did after D did himself, you're weird. Focus your hate towards the pedos for once. And there, online, we've seen people arguing both things, right? Some saying that people went after Dr. Disrespect harder, others saying they went after Ava harder. Now with all this, I do want to note that everything is still developing and growing. We're now seeing others digging up different comments and posts Ava allegedly made, with that including, for example, video of Ava in the past talking about and linking to leaked nudes of Jeanette McCurdy in an old clip, as well as at least one other person claiming they were also underage when Ava sent them inappropriate messages. They are providing video of what appears to be Snapchat DMs and explicit Discord voice chats from group messages. And in the meantime, you have all these different things all over the place getting millions and millions of views. You have people arguing about what's real or not, which is also why we've seen people both in support of and against Ava or Mr. Beast here pressuring them to speak on this. Especially because, again, you have people like Jake the Viking, who used to be a part of Mr. Beast's crew, saying things like Jimmy knew. And actually, like, really hitting on how everything's been developing in real time, we have a last-second update right before we were uploading. Ava Kris Tyson just tweeted, I would like to apologize for any of my past behavior or comments if it hurt or offended anyone. It was not my intent. Seeing recent events, we've mutually decided it's best I permanently step away from all things Mr. Beast and social media to focus on my family and mental health. So for now, that's where we're gonna end this today, but of course, with all this, I gotta pass the question off to you. What are your thoughts here?